Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome tonight. I hope you are doing great. I am sure majority of you may have seen that SNAP benefit will be cut, and a lot of people will go hungry this November. And you also know that November, it's more like ending of November. It's more like holiday season period for people in United States, Thanksgiving and all that. So I am looking at 40 something people's SNAP benefit being cut off. Some of you do not even understand what it means to be hungry, or you don't know how angry if somebody a hungry person could be. A woman is saying, so why are you people coming out online saying that if your SNAP benefits is cut, you will go to the stores to take food and all that? What do you expect people to do? So you can imagine 40 something people's food being cut off, and they decided to hit the street. Do you think America will survive it? America will not survive it. So they better know what they are doing. And I am so grateful seeing videos of people looking for a way to help one way or the other. That shows how you all really care, irrespective of what it's going on. It's really absolutely beautiful. But please, one thing I want to tell you is that because life is better for you does not mean that the other person struggling is not working hard. You don't know the person's story. You don't know how the person is. I took a trip to some people's comment, especially all these white women, saying that the people that are in the comment section crying that they are scared of what will happen. So many of them are on SNAP benefits. But each time they talk about anything benefits, they start looking at me like I am the one benefiting more. Let's get into this video.
This message is for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November. What did you do with October's food stamp money? What'd you do? Did you stock up on pantry items and try to shop smartly? Or did you just go buy a bunch of processed garbage? By the way, you can thank the Democrats for the government being shut down and your benefits not coming through for November. Looks like you're going to be going to the food pantry for your Thanksgiving meal. I know a lot of food pantries hand out turkeys for Thanksgiving. All the sides and trimmings too. Lots of food pantries. You better figure it out. I'm sick of hearing you complain, honestly. You ever have this as a meal? I'm eating peanut butter and butter on toast. It's absolutely delicious. You should try it. And not for nothing, I saw this woman that said she was getting $1,100 a month in food stamps. Do you know how long I could make $1,100 in food stamps last in this house? There's two of us, but I do have my son over every once in a while, or my daughters over once in a while to eat. I feed them too, and we always got food in our house, no matter what. I would take a third job. I have two jobs. I would take a third job if I had to, just to make sure my kids ate. What are you doing for your kids besides coming on the internet and bitching that you don't have any money in your food stamps account? I honestly find it mind-boggling that a woman would come onto this app, post a video, and say that if her food stamps don't go through for November, she was going to start going into the grocery stores, filling up her cart, acting like she's checking out, put all her stuff in bags, and steal the food, and just walk out with the cart. What kind of a loser do you have to be to do that? Like, you don't want to work harder for your kids so your kids have what they need? You don't want to go get a job or a second job or whatever so your kids have what they need? That's selfish. And then on top of it, if you get arrested and go to jail, your kids could get taken away from you, and then they're not going to have a mom around. Like, to me, it makes zero sense. And if you're going to do something like that, why are you posting about it on the internet? It's like proof. It's like, here I am. I'm the one who said I was going to do this. You think people aren't going to be like looking out for you in the grocery stores when your face is plastered all over now because everybody has been downloading your video and responding to it and reacting to it? What a loser.
Hey guys, happy Monday. So, We've been hearing about them saying that they will not be distributing SNAP benefits starting next month. And people are starting to say that they're looking up their balances online and the links are not open and yada, yada, yada. I've got one thing to say, and I'm echoing the sentiments of so many others I've heard say this since the notification came down that they would not be issuing SNAP benefits. Go to your HR department and redo your tax status. Go into your HR department and edit your tax status that they're not taking tax out of your check anymore. That's called taxation without representation. If the people in this country aren't getting the assistance they need to care for themselves and their families, you're not getting another one of my tax dollars. We just heard him do an interview on his jet that when they asked him about sending the 40 billion with the B, $40 billion over to Argentina. He said that because he knows the leader over there and he's doing his best to get things back on track and that they're literally dying over there and he's going to step in and help them. The farmers here have been literally dying on their farms, filing bankruptcies. People here are literally dying from their Medicare benefits being cut, from cancer research. So why is it Argentina's status is so much more important than the United States status? Didn't he win this so-called win this election on America first? Then why is Argentina coming before America? I'm talking to Trump voters now. Why is Argentina getting $40 billion of our tax dollars and we can't even afford to give the SNAP benefits to the people in this country who needs them? Go to your HR department and change your tax status to where not one dime is coming out of your paycheck. If you're not going to be taking care of the United States citizens with my tax dollars, I'm not giving you my tax dollars. I'm not here to support Argentina. I'm not here to support Israel's soldiers. I'm not here to make sure that the Israel soldiers get their benefits and their retirement. I'm not here to make sure that Israel gets free education. I'm not here to make sure that Israel gets free universal health care. Those are not my priorities. My tax dollars are supposed to be going to the citizens in the United States, not everywhere else. If that's what he's going to do, let him take his money and send it to him. But as of me and my household, baby, you can hang it up. Go to HR, change your tax status. Until they are supporting United States citizens with your tax dollars, quit paying them. Point blank period. Quit paying them. That's my stance. And that's going to be my stance until this crap turns around. Don't let them scare you into standing up for your rights. You can always set up a payment plan for your taxes. You can always set up a payment plan. You can always take the money that normally comes out of the tax, you can put that into another account. Draw some interest off of it. And when it's time to pay your taxes, you can take that money and pay your taxes. You can either hold on to the money, invest the money, so when things get back on track and they're gonna hold you accountable for the taxes you haven't paid, you have those taxes. And if you don't have them, you set up a payment plan. But the bottom line is this: I'm not giving not one other country not a dime of my tax dollars, because this man is trying to kill us over here and support everybody else abroad. Let them take their tax dollars and support their people. You're not getting another one of my pennies. You're not getting another one. It's time out. It's been past time out. And you know what? Let's start a new trend. Okay? Let's start a new trend. Since we know this idiot in the White House is only out for himself and his chosen few, it's time we start turning the heat up every single freaking day on these Epstein files. There needs to be a new trend started, and I'm willing to pop it off. There's this new arrangement that we did. Release them Epstein files. I did a quick little video on it yesterday, just jamming to the music. It was popping. But I think we need to do that in some version every single day. Every single day we need to post release them Epstein files. I got my way. I'm gonna do it every day because I love that song, baby. I be jamming it. I ain't even gonna lie. I be jamming. I can't wait to come up with a little routine to do it. But every single day, and I will be posting one later today. Release them Epstein file, and I will have a title. Start trend. Play one of these a day to keep the pedophiles away. Yeah. Play once a day to keep the pedophiles away. Yeah, it's time. Quit playing in our face. Because we finna start playing back in y'all's. And I'm going to get on up out of here for a minute. I'm going to holler back at y'all a little bit later. But don't forget that little tidbit I told you about your taxes. Why should our tax dollars go way over to people we've never seen? When our own people here, our own neighbors, our own family, our own communities are getting ready to be starving. I wish I would.
Do you know why I'm not concerned about the SNAP benefits being cut off in November? Because the only thing that stands between the masses and the lives of the elites is the social contract in which the masses have food. It takes about 1 day for an entire civilization to completely cannibalize itself when that social contract of food being available is gone. The thing that keeps the elites up at night is you being hungry for 1 single day. Because that's the only barrier between them and you throughout history. It's a fact. They already fixed the WIC program and had it removed from being affected by this because it was the first thing to be losing its benefits. And they're now pulling money from the tariff revenue to supplement that income for single mothers with children. You know why? Because of the exact same reason. It takes 1 day for someone who is hungry in masses to rip your head off. So don't worry about it too much. They're terrified of that, so it'll get resolved. Even if it's in the very last second and they get tons and tons and tons and tons of clicks over it and you get a bunch of anxiety from it, because that's what they're scared of, is you being hungry. So hope that helps.
Food is a human right. So what we are seeing with the potential of 40 plus million people being without SNAP benefits in the wintertime is violence, starvation, and the stripping of food from communities, as well as people being able to afford and access food in their communities, is a form of oppression. This is epigenetics. And this also creates a domino effect of people who will also lose their job. The food clerk at the grocery store, food distributors, packers, folks that deliver groceries, your mom and pop markets that survived on people who had SNAP benefits that cannot compete with Walmart and Target and Whole Foods. So this is the solution that I have, because absolutely we can be crying, screaming, and throwing up on the internet, but let's have solutions. Whatever city that you are based in, I need you to put it in my comments. And if you know of any food pantries or any organizers or organizations that disseminate food to your local community, put it in the comment. If you know any religious institutions, any temples, any churches, any masjids that actually have food pantries or disseminate hot meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, Any missions that ensure the local community around you is fed, please put it in the comment. Because again, we are literally all we got.
All right, so SNAP is going away in November. There's no more money. I was at No Kings yesterday and I was talking with a federal worker who runs a welfare office. And he was telling me that him and his staff have been training for de-escalation because there are going to be some very angry people going to that office asking why their kids are going hungry. You know, they're going to be very angry. And this is going to be people's breaking point. Like that's just all there is to it. And especially for November, when it's supposed to be a time about food, especially around Thanksgiving. So all I'm going to say is if you see somebody grabbing up some food, trying to run away with it, no, you didn't. You didn't see shit. If you see somebody desperately trying to get food, you did not see a damn thing. You were paying attention to your children. You got focused on the products that you were browsing. You have a hard time hearing. You know, I'm deaf in my left ear. I can't hear very well, especially directional hearing. My directional hearing is bad. You know, or maybe like you're having some temporary blurry vision. Like you didn't see shit. You saw nothing.
Despite being the richest country in the world, we're going to have people starving very, very soon, more so than we've had before. And here's what you're going to do about it. If you're an individual consumer or you are a business and you are not in need of financial assistance, stick around. So this is how we can help our communities, okay? This is what I'm going to be doing. Number one, as a local customer, I am going to be setting aside a small portion of my weekly food budget to stock up on non-perishable goods because we know that in the future there will be a lot of food drives, especially around Thanksgiving. If I can set aside $10 extra per week or $20 extra per week or get something from Costco in big bulk and set it aside that's non-perishable that I know will either go to my local food bank or will be something that goes to a food drive at my husband's place of business, then sure, absolutely. That's what I'm going to do with my extra funds that I can because I have the ability to do that. The second thing I'm going to do, and this is where local businesses are going to get involved, I am going to make it a point to spend my money locally at places that are doing food drives, coat drives, mutual aid. I am only going to try to spend my money at places that are investing in community outreach. I understand times are tough. I am going to do my best efforts, though, to invest my money in whatever the fuck I'm buying, food, going out to eat, hanging out with friends, getting drinks, clothing, whatever. If I can invest it locally, that's always my first and primary option. But the second part of that is I want to put it towards people who are able to give back to our community, who are saying, hey, we want to be able to feed the homeless. We don't want to see people freezing to death whenever it gets down below zero. We're doing a winter coat drive. This video is inspired by Jasmine's Garden because she was talking about how she's has a huge party, it's a good time for a good cause was how she said it. And I think that's absolutely inspirational, and that's what the fuck I want to see more of. I want to see more events that are like, hey, here's how we're able to donate 20% of the proceeds to the local food bank, or something, anything. She's donating, the whole thing's on a pocket for her. If you can't do that, I get it, times are tough, but this is what we got to do. This is not a call to action to our government anymore. Fuck them all. I don't have any faith in them, and I have no faith in corporations to do the right thing anymore. But I have faith in the American people. And the reason I have faith is I asked a question on a different video. What would you do if you had $50 million? Would you help people? That was the question, honestly. And then I talked about the fact that like money slipped through my fingers because I just want to hand it out to motherfuckers because I know what it's like to be in poverty. And I'll reveal some of that lore one day. But the amount of hope I have after reading the comments of what people would do. How many people were like, hell yeah, I'd help people. Here's all my plans. And I love it. So I really hope all of us are able to make some money in some way. And really be the change we want to see in the world. Because let me be clear, the only reason my ass is trying to make something of a platform or media and this and that is because I am so sick of terrible people having so much more money than me and doing horrible things with it. And yeah, I'm going to do something better with whatever the fuck I have. Dude, I do better with a $10 bill than Jeff Bezos has done with $1 billion. Fuck that motherfucker. All right. Thank you so much for listening to my rant. And as always, remember, we are in this together as a community. Yes, I understand there's a lot of ire, but if we allow people to go hungry in the richest country on earth, what the fuck are we doing? Our priorities are so out of whack, it's ridiculous. Let's come together. Let's try to make people's lives a little bit easier, because shit, could you imagine how much we could accomplish if the government wasn't like, I don't know, tackling American citizens and cutting any single benefit that our taxes could give us? I don't know. I just can't imagine how much better of a country we would live in and how much further we would progress as a society. But instead, we're constantly just living in fear and freaked the fuck out. So again, thank you for listening to me. That's how we take care of our community. And as always, fuck the billionaires to hell, because they could honestly fix this entire problem and they choose not to. So they can eat my ass, dick, and balls. Boop!
No SNAP food benefits for the month of November, and I hate that. That is Thanksgiving, and out of all the things that we should be worried about, food should not be one of them. I am only one person, but I want to help some families out in the DFW area. I have been making money off of TikTok for a couple months now, and I want to use that money to put some bags together of food and just give them to families who are struggling, who know they're not going to get benefits for the month of November, who are worried about where they're going to get food from. It'll be obviously food for Thanksgiving. So far, my list is small, but I have turkey and stovetop stuffing. But if you know anybody in the DFW area, if you are somebody in the DFW area who is worried about not getting money next month, if you're freaking out, if this just worries you in any freaking way, I want to help. It is not a lot, okay? But the little bit that I do have, I want to share with people. So if you're not in the DFW area, please still like my video, share it, comment, whatever. I would like to get it out to as many people as possible. If you are somebody who wants to collaborate with me so we can make this even bigger and feed more families, like, let me know. Reach out to me in my DMs. My DMs are always...
I want us all on the same page. The reason there may not be any SNAP benefits in November is because Trump cut the budget to the USDA, which runs SNAP. Not only that, he basically gutted the emergency funding for SNAP. It went from billions of dollars to 500 million. Now, during Trumpy's first term, we had the longest shutdown in the history of this country, but SNAP benefits were never threatened. Why? Because the USDA was fully funded to include emergency measures, which paid for SNAP benefits. Now, millions of Americans may go without their SNAP benefits because of Trumpy's cuts.
This is all I got from this video, and I know I reported about this snap some days ago, but as the days goes by, you can actually see that it's also about to become a reality, that about how many persons will go hungry in November. And as you can see, the days are moving very fast. Today is 21, which means that in few days to come, people will be going hungry. I see a lot of people. Looks like some people actually do not understand how hard the economy is. Some people think that other people are not working hard. Sometimes life is better for you and you think other people are not working hard, other people are not working smart, or they are just probably doing just one job and all that, right? Because life has not hit you doesn't mean that it may not hit you, because someday it might actually hit you. So just keep quiet and let people rant, because at this time, let them rant. But you think if SNAP is being cut, do you know how many million people that would be affected? 40-something million humans in United States. I opened some videos, like, I saw some like the white woman that spoke, I checked her comment section. I saw so many white women saying that they are on SNAP benefits, their sisters are on SNAP benefits, that they are kind of worried about what will happen to them. You know, when you talk about snaps and anything that got to do with benefits, some people think it's people that look like me. Go get a, they're always like, go get a job. If you have one, get two. If you have two, get three. Why would you be on SNAP? Let me tell you something. All these things are human rights. You see, food, water, and all that are actually something people shouldn't struggle to get, no matter how hard the economy is. This is how I feel. And if you think I am not right, you are also correct. All these things, people shouldn't struggle to get them. Just capitalism made life harder for people, made life really very weird for people. A lot of people are screaming in the comment section that I don't know how we will survive. I don't know what will happen and all that. Life already is hard. Are you not seeing it? Can't you see that people cannot even afford the normal thing that normally they could afford? The other day, I sat down, I was like asking myself, man, you really have to work hard. You don't have anybody to call up to, aside from calling your siblings. Your mom is no more, your dad is no more. But then I sat down again, I was like, man, the kind of money that I spent, I don't do outings. I go to work, come back, I do my videos before going to work. Come back, straight up, start posting, go to bed. I don't do social outings. I don't buy unnecessarily. But just normal feeding me alone, I don't eat alone. I eat once a day. Once a day. So, man, and still, the things that I buy, I am like, wait, what happens to people with how many families? Like, father, mother with 2 children already is too hard. On a serious note, just me alone, I see how hard it is, let alone with other people. I can understand. If you are raising kids in today's economy, you are actually a king and a queen. You are doing amazingly great. I am the one telling you this because I can't even feed myself so well. It is that bad. And someone think that 40-something million. Like one of the ladies said, a hungry person is an angry person. You haven't seen where hungry people acted. So you can imagine, let's say just 1 million. 1 million people probably invading or going to stores to collect something. Or to who are you going to catch and who are you not going to catch? You can imagine when, let's say 5 million decided to troop the street. You don't know how disastrous that is. The government is going around giving out money to other people when his own people cannot get the necessary things that they deserve. And you guys will say you are the richest country in the world when the tiniest thing every human being should get, you guys are not able to give it to them. So what makes you the richest? Man, it's kind of sad, but it is what it is so far. I would draw the curtain here. Bye for now.